All right, I'll hang on to this. Is that on? You go have a seat. You want to take your coat off? Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. I am Michelle Christian. I am with Omnis. We are so excited to be here in Wyoming County. The reason why we are here in wild and wonderful West Virginia is because this is a great place to do business, especially with the policies and the regulations and deregulations that have been put in place by this great governor, Jim Justice. Simon Hodson is here. He is the president of Omnis. We're going to announce a really great project here in your community. We really look forward to bringing jobs and bringing commerce and just trying to make a difference in a community that has given so much to our country, our world. I mean, all of the natural resources you have here have fueled and have lit up for how many years, I guess, over 200 years, right? Older than the governor. So we are just so proud to be here because it is really people like you that have put our country in the place that it is in. And I'm proud to introduce the governor. Thank you to the Senior Center for having us here. And thank you everyone here for your support. We really look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you. Can y'all hear me? Is this working? Tell me if it's working. Okay. First of all, I want to tell you this. Simon was later getting here than me. So y'all can't blame me completely. Listen, this is an incredible day with potential out to yin yang for this incredible area of the world. You know, just a few minutes ago, we got here early, believe it or not, and we drove down through Mullins, as I do lots and lots and lots of times. And in doing so, a lot of buildings that are still sitting there vacant, and a lot of history. A lot of history that really and truly, and there's so many dignitaries here, whether it be senators or our ex-Senate president or on and on and on, that I'm not going to go through announcing and talking about everybody. I'm going to talk about a technology that may very well, and really and truly, if you listen to this man that will speak in just a few minutes, could very well not only revolutionize this area, especially for all these little fellows that are right here, absolutely could do something that is, in many ways, in my world at least, a payback for all we've done for so many forever and a day. Just think about it. You know, we saved us in World War I and World War II. We absolutely have given so much it's off the chart. And our people have gotten up every day and gotten their dinner buckets and risked their lives in many ways, and some of them we lost, to absolutely give for all of us. And at the end of the day, many situations have happened, and we end up with vacant buildings. We end up with people that have forgotten us. And now we speak. You know, I say this very profoundly. I say this with a pride like you can't imagine. And I don't say this braggadociously, but really when I got to the door of the governorship, you know, things have really changed. Now, we've still got lots and lots of work to do. But at the last State of the State, if you talk about a guy that would stand up in the State of the State and turn Baby Dog's butt around to Bette Midler and do it proudly, because I don't like anybody giving us a hard way to go. I don't like anybody looking down their nose and thinking West Virginia is that place where we're backward or we're poor or we're dingy or dark or whatever it may be. We're not. We're just not. We are absolutely the very best people with the best state, with the best seasons, located in the sweet spot of sweet spots where you can touch almost 60% of the population of this country. Just think, you're faith-based, you're absolute craftsmen, your families, you know the difference between right and wrong. It isn't a matter of, today so much across all this land, right and wrong doesn't matter. All that matters is what you can get by with. Literally, you always get it right. You're amazing beyond belief. And so, all you little fellas, please, please, please remember just that. When I was your age growing up, and to tell you, I can't tell you this more bluntly, my grandparents never had indoor plumbing. They had an outhouse and a chicken coop, and they picked eggs every day, and absolutely that's how they lived. They had a little pot-belly stove in the middle of the house to keep the house warm. That was on my mom's side, and on my dad's side, a little coal camp house, and I go by it all the time. 1 bedroom, coal-fired furnace right in the middle of the house. Absolutely, the living room and the little kitchen area joined together. 1 bathroom. Now, if I can do what I've done, you can do it too. You are absolutely the best of the best beyond belief. And listen, like I said, if anybody'd walk around with a bulldog all the time, just think what you can do. The reason I brought Baby Dog is just simply this. If I don't bring her, the first thing you're going to do is everybody's going to say, where's Baby Dog? Where's Baby Dog? And at the end of the day, I know you'd 1,000 times rather see a baby dog than me. And that's okay too. Now let me just tell you just one little brief minute about this. This man right here is going to speak. He said to me outside, and I said, I actually put my fist up against his. His fist is about 2/3 the size of my fist. And he said, I don't want you to really just talk about me. I'd rather you just talk about West Virginia. And I said, Simon, put your fist up here. And I said, now, Simon, how bad do you think that would hurt? You got a little teeny fist, and I got a sledgehammer. Now, Simon, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And what I want to tell you is just this. If this man has the answer, he has the answer on something that would absolutely revolutionize the entire world. And it would put it right at our doorstep, right here. That's hard to believe, isn't it? Now, absolutely, at the end of the day, for us to sit and think that in Mullins, West Virginia, or Bud, West Virginia, absolutely, today, your governor sitting with a bulldog is sitting and getting ready to introduce a man that may have the technology to do something environmentally almost pristine beyond all comprehension, to do something with what we have already done. We've given our sweat and our lives and every single thing we have to produce the coal that we've produced, and the waste, bears these rare earth metals. Rare earth metals seem so foreign to all of us, it's unbelievable. But these rare earth metals are what triggers everything this day and time. Cell phones and on and on and on, whether it be computers, every aspect from industrial to on and on. Now, I got to show you just this. You see all these little doobies here? When Baby Dog saw this, she thought this was maybe some way gateway to chicken nuggets. And see, she's already looking at it and zeroed in. But if you just look at this and just think for just a second, each one of these is one of the rare earth metals that we have to be able to manufacture cell phones. And they're all Every last one of them, they're all right here. Now just think about it. Think about it. The problem is we've never been able to find a way to extract them, and I'm taking a lot of his thunder away, but we've never found a way to extract them that was environmentally sound and on and on. And he's got that. Now, at the end of the day, I'm the show me guy. I've got to hold one thing. I got to have this right here. It would be good if you could hold. That would be wonderful. This is Vanna White here. And she's just as pretty, if not prettier. Now, all that being said, now calm down, baby. This is not for you, okay? Okay, now just think about this. Today, coal is price-wise better than it's been in a long, long time. I mean, coal today is a couple $100s a ton, which is amazing beyond belief. And at the end of the day, these rare earth metals, it would just take your breath to think of the value. The least of all this, and Vanna, turn this around now. The least of all this right here is supposedly $2,000 a ton. Now, there is it, tell me the word. Cesium. That's one of these. You see this right here? This is how they would be shipped. It would be shipped. And literally, this right here, that little teeny amount that doesn't weigh hardly anything, would be $20,000. Literally, that cesium, from what I've been told, would be 151, did you say? $151 million a ton. Now, and it's all right here, right now. And we've got to find a way to extract it. Simon's got a way, and he's got a way to do it with incredible heat to where there's no residue, none, no residue. And it's in our impoundments all over the place. Now, I can't take it any further than that, but to just say just this, from time to time in life, you know, I really believe, regardless of how this pans out, it may pan out to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. At the end of the day, these people are willing to put millions of dollars in it and bring employment to the tune of 100 people right off the get-go, build buildings and everything else, and start the process. They believe, they really believe. And I really am just this. If someone is willing and they believe, you know, at the end of the day, we have seen it all over the place. We have seen it where somebody has an idea and it changes the world. And it could really change West Virginia's footprint beyond all comprehension. And it could really change, you know, Southern West Virginia's footprint beyond all comprehension. So I'm going to turn this over to a great man that's got a great idea and a lot of great people that have recruited and worked with him through all the months and months and months. And you know who you are without me going through it. But Simon, come and tell us more, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming today. Thank you, Governor. Wow, those are kind words. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm so delighted to be here. I'm delighted to be here for many reasons, but mostly because of the people of West Virginia. The story that the governor just told us about us in the parking lot is 100% true. We have a new technology. The technology is very simple. It's actually technology that was practiced for hundreds of years, but never updated and refined. We've now been able to refine it to a commercial process that will make a huge difference. But I want to tell you 3 things about it the technology that will impact you and hopefully the families of this area and the families of the entire United States. I look at the cell phones and people are taking pictures and recording. The only way you can do that is that there are 46 elements that come together to make that phone. You need all 46 of those elements. The governor just referred to cesium, which is one of the rare earth metals. But there, if you come up here and look at them, these all 46 elements are required. We have 6 of them that are currently manufactured in the United States. 40 of them we get from China. So the reason that we've got Apple employing 250,000 people in Wuhan, China, by the way, just 2 blocks down from the biolab in Wuhan, China, where they do viruses and things like that. Just down the street, they employ 250,000 people there because they can't get the rare earth metals. They can't get the components here in the United States. Right? So where are they? Where are these fabulous special materials that we can't find anywhere? They're here in the state of West Virginia. We've spent the last several years looking carefully, analyzing the materials along with other universities, along with the DOE, along with the National Energy Technology Labs. And all of those people have concluded that the rare earth metals are here. They just needed a process to get them out that was effective. Right now, the process that is used in China and other areas of the world to extract these metals is acid. They use acid to dissolve everything. They turn it into salts and then they extract them out. It's a difficult process. And for each one of these rare earth metals, they may generate up to 10,000 tons of acid waste that will destroy the environment. And the United States isn't going to do that. We have to come up with a better way. We love our environment and our country too much. Well, we've come up with the first way that has a zero waste, it's a zero waste impact of extracting these metals and coming up with the pure metals, and we're excited to introduce that technology to you. But I want to first of all say thank you to you. Thank you to certainly the governor for the incredible support from his team across his cabinet, the people who have taught us about West Virginia, allowed us to be here. Thank you to Senator Manchin and his staff, and Senator Capito and her staff. And thank you to Carol Miller and her great staff of people that have helped us to understand West Virginia and the opportunity that was here, because otherwise we never would have come here. We never would have looked at this place. And what we did was not just find these great repositories that have huge value that you all call impoundment wastes, right? These are repositories of these great metals. And not only did we find that, but we found some of the greatest people that I've ever met. Great families who love their kids, who want to raise good families with good values and make a difference in the world. Well, that's what this nation's all about. So we're delighted to be here for all of those reasons, and I want to just explain for a moment our perspective. As we have traveled across the state and we've done the analysis of the impoundments, what we've really done is we have uncovered the legacy and the rich treasure that your grandparents and your great-grandparents laid aside for you. They extracted the coal, they took out the coal, and they've deposited these treasures that are worth hundreds of times more, not just in monetary value, but also in social value, in the rare earth metals that were part of this program. So I look at these impoundments throughout West Virginia and I think, yep, they didn't know what they were doing, but they left these great treasures for you, for your families, and for your children and your grandchildren. If we are ever going to solve the problems in medicine, if we're ever going to solve the problems with electronic devices, if we're ever going to really achieve the great goals that we that are there, and that our universities are teaching kids can be done. We've got to have these special materials, these special strategic metals that will allow us to build the things that will change our society. And how wonderful it is to me that 150 years ago, people came into West Virginia because it had really good trees. And they cut down all the trees, right? And they shipped all the lumber all throughout the northeastern United States to build those beautiful homes and buildings. And then they came back and they said, oh, we're going to get the coal because we need the coal to run the manufacturing plants. And they took the coal and you all helped them to extract that, and we built the industrial society of the United States. Well, now this is the next generation. This is the next generation for the state of West Virginia. This is where the rare earth metals, the strategic metals will come from that will change our society, that will give us the next generation of prosperity, the next generation of peace, and we can do it in a way that will care for the environment so we don't have to hurt the environment. We can go clean it up, and we can take these materials and turn it into these special metals. I'm delighted to be here, most especially for the people of West Virginia and for the amazing riches that are in this state. I just don't think that we're aware of it. And it's such a wonderful thing that the governor would invite us to be here to announce that we're coming here with this technology. We're investing in you, in the community, and we believe that this will be a core, a center for the prosperity of the United States and the world because of the great treasure that is here and that can be mined here. And we just appreciate all you've done, and your welcome, your warm welcome and your kind words, and we thank you for letting us do this in your community. Thank you very much.
I've got one more thing to say, and it just echoes what this great man just said. Just think about this. Think about your daddies, and think about your grandpas and grandmas, and think about their daddies, and maybe think about even their grandmas and granddads. You know, one thing for sure, when they were mining the coal and doing all the stuff that they did forever and ever and ever ago, you know, they probably didn't know. They probably had no idea what could be the treasures that we're talking about today. But God knew. God knew all the time. At the end of the day, most things come around, go around. And literally, with all in us, absolutely, if this could become a reality, this gentleman believes wholeheartedly in that. I think it's only smart that all of us are somewhat skeptical and amazed with the possibility. We're all going to be appreciative, and we're all going to be absolutely right there with you, pulling the rope, doing anything and everything we can. But wouldn't it absolutely be fitting, and wouldn't it be amazing if truly, at the end of the day, what I just said, they didn't know, but God knew. And then West Virginia, that place where those in the outside that threw rocks at us and said we're poor and backward and everything, West Virginia would be the place that gets it right again. Nothing could be better in my book. And I thank you from the very bottom of my heart. We're going to keep at it. Please, you can end this one wonderful thing up, please. And then I'll stay right here with Baby Dog. If anybody wants to come up and say hi to Baby Dog, I'll be right here.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you, Simon. Thank you to everyone here. I do want to reiterate what Simon said. It really is the community, elected leaders. It is the people why we are here in West Virginia. I mean, it is really also amazing that you could be the hub. West Virginia could be the hub for all of these. It's the ingredients, right? It's the ingredients that make America go and the world really move into the future, and you have it all here. So I'm so proud to be standing here with the governor and with Omnis, and thank you to everyone here. We look forward to everything that's coming in the future for your community. Thank you.
Amen. God bless. Thank you.